everyone, I'm Tony Hembry, and welcome to In God We Trust, the show where we examine a current event or trend in the culture through a biblical worldview. Well, at the last Holocaust Remembrance Day, the Reverend Franklin Graham warned that with the influx of Muslim immigrants who bring their anti-Semitic and anti-Christian beliefs into Europe and the United States, we could see another Holocaust. Graham posed the question, could the Holocaust be repeated? I'm afraid so. Anti-Semitism is at the highest levels since the late 1930s. This is coming from the influx of Muslim immigrants to Europe, the U.S., and other Western countries over the past few decades, and they are bringing their hatred of Jews and Christians with them. Now, this is not the first warning that the Reverend Graham has given. In an earlier interview with Fox News, he said, "I believe we're going to see persecution in this country. We've already seen many laws that have been passed that restrict our freedom as Christians. I believe it's going to get worse, and we see no question gaining influence in Washington by those that represent the Islamic faith. We do have a problem in this country, and we are losing our religious freedom, and we're losing it a little bit day by day." The problem I believe Mr. Graham refers to here is twofold. One, political correctness in the West has poisoned the media, our government, Hollywood, and institutions of higher education with messages that brainwash us to believe that we cannot speak freely in the name of Christ or we will cause offense. It has demanded that we cave to the interests of the minority, thereby causing us to surrender our faith to the tenets of relativism. This is why we have leaders who are sympathetic to Islam. The President of the United States would rather make a bad deal with Iran, where time and again we have heard about death to America and death to Israel rallies, than sit down and have dinner with our country's greatest ally, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, I'm not going to go into President Obama's motives or religious beliefs. However, his actions speak loudly about his view on foreign policy and his special treatment toward Muslims and illegal immigrants. Yes, I said illegal. Which brings me to the second point. The deteriorating immigration issue on the southern border of the U.S. will no doubt bring those here who are driven by hate for America, Jews, and Christians, and with that will surely come persecution. Now, this has only been accelerated by the current administration that continues to blindly grant amnesty to those who have penetrated America illegally when there is nothing stopping them from coming into America legally. What's more, by coming here illegally, they are not properly assimilated into the culture of America. So they have no interest in becoming American or accepting the constitutional law of this land, which has its roots in the Judeo-Christian faith. This is a huge problem given the current state of ISIS and other terrorist groups who don't submit to the rules of international law. How many beheadings will it take on our own soil to see this as a problem? I hope none. Or how about the fact that it hasn't been a problem because my ancestors and your ancestors were properly assimilated into the American culture? Granted, many of them either brought their Christian faith or soon adopted it, which then bred a healthy embracing of patriotism and pride in the Constitution. A true American. The only way to stop the spread of this poison is to take a stand. We need to join in with the Reverend Franklin Graham and push back against the anti-Christian and anti-Semitic rhetoric and actions taken to tear down our fundamental belief system. The government has already proven to be devoid of moral absolutes. This is a problem that we, the church, have created because, in the words of Rain Grudem, research professor of theology at Phoenix Seminary, if the church says, "I'm going to remain silent about the moral and ethical issues that we face as a nation," that will leave a moral vacuum, and it will not be long before the ultimate adversaries of the gospel will rush in and influence every decision in a way contrary to the biblical standards. And if that happens, then governments around the world will increasingly use their tremendous power to silence the church. So what now? Is there a way to reverse the problem? First, we have to recognize the realness of spiritual warfare. Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Although we cannot physically see our spiritual adversaries, their schemes manifest in evil deeds done by those whose minds are corrupted by false theology. The devil is the puppet master who controls the strings. He knows that his time is short, and he will do everything he can to destroy those who live in the truth, either by turning them away from God or cutting their life short. Friends, it's time that we put on the full armor of God, so when the day of evil comes, and it has, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you have done everything, stand. Thank you for joining me today, and remember, you can help Bible Discovery TV take a stand for the gospel through your giving. One of the ways you can give is by ordering a beautifully customized t-shirt from our friends at inspiretees.com. Please use the promo code BDTV at checkout to receive free shipping with your order. Until next time, let us fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal, and that is our God in whom we can trust. We'll see you then.